Okay, sorry about that, friends. There's a bit of a delay, and I wasn't quite sure if we'd started streaming. It's been a while, so apologies for that. Incredibly busy, and I was away. Well, but I'm back. Still busy. I managed to sneak this in, mostly in the evenings if I've had a bit of time. Editing airports like this one. So my tweaks are on the gateway. We won't have a massive tour, but feel free to, I think you have to sign up to the gateway, feel free to download it. Next explain version approved. The frame rate's still taking a bit of a tank, and right now it's the GPU that's working hard. Anyway, enough of my tales of woe.
Welcome to Hot Start Flight Support. How can we help you today?
Hi Jenny. 604 Papa Sierras, which is what I'm taking. And our off blocks time is 8. We're going to have 3 crew. We're going to have 7 packs. The arm, some fuel, and would they have a GPU at a place like this? You know what? I don't think so. So I am going to see what we can get away with. We shouldn't need a tow or any anti-ice. Marked up and left it. So let's do that.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
Thanks. Let's head out to the airplane, hopefully. Glorious day out. Well, here she is, chocks in, ropes all on, shades down, a few tweaks, still got some vehicles, few porta cabins and things. There isn't a fueling station here. What is this is an aerial firefighting tanker. Not fuel in these tanks, it's all fire retardant. Anyway, concrete apron, I think it is. And we're feeling a little bit. Got 40 frames a second. I don't know why it was so bad at moving around. It can dip. Let's try not to. So back to the jet. She looks all right. So that's one bit we might do the shades. And interestingly, I've seen online Manager 650s, and they have a 4-seat event. They just don't have these, and they've got extra seatbelts. A little bit interesting. I'm glad to. It's not that. I suppose you could stick 4 kids there quite happily. So comfortable. Back. Yeah, 30 and we're GPU limited. Tell you what. Let's head up. Yeah, the Ortho hasn't loaded. It did. Pretty sure it did yesterday, so I'm not cool. I know that. Definitely Ortho here. Yesterday. Checked. Bad admin on my. Anyway. Let's start Volanta running. It is running. We know where we are. Somebody's going over the top, and there might actually be some ATC online, which is a nice change. So, flight compartment check, circuit breakers. See them a little practice. There we go. Clear that side. in a small aeroplane. They are collared, so they should be easy to see. Aeroplanes I've flown have had them in the footwells, but up with a little window you could look through and check them. That was all interesting. Overhead switches here to be, as we would. Nose steering is off. Landing gear lever is down and matches. Spoilers up, flaps up, matched. And down here, landing gear manual stowed AGD amp test comes on. Logbook can't check. Safety can't really check. External check. Can do. Boxer. Battery. Happy. So, battery mod comes on. And we need 22 volts minimum. We've 5 battery bus, emergency bus, battery, main battery on. We are going to do it. I'll either check this system because we have IREX green, APU green, and then I detect warning.
Jet pipe overheat.
It's
Jet
green.
pipe overheat.
5
Jet
reds.
pipe overheat.
CAS. And so with that in mind, the APU, let's actually, oh, there's no errors, so that's what do that. So what it doesn't say actually is our fuel in. That first. A second. There it is. Start the Proto. Often have lights on early. Not available. Should. There's online gens off. There's the APU gen off caution. Gen on. KVA 115. Batteries charging. Amps.
Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
Checked. DRUs are running. 28 volts. Buses apart from the utils are on. ACs
Nav lights, logo light.
on.
Cockpit lights.
As required, they're all bright.
Lamp test.
I'm going to say that's done.
Duct monitor.
That checked.
Bleed air duct.
On audio, 5
Bleed air duct.
switch lights. A, B.
FMS database status.
I'm actually going to do is first. So we need 6063. Did ask for fuel service. driving up. Good. So there's our fuel panel. Here is our fuel. So we need 6063. Take away the fuel on board. Have not quite yet figured out is just how much the AB. Anybody knows? Hiya Glenn, thanks for joining. We could cheat and use the study menu. So, say we want 6.2, gives us £50, probably won't be enough, but we've still got, go 6.250.
All right, Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need. Or would you like to go tanks full today?
Take 30. Gives us a requirement of 3 to 0 for our log. And the density, we are going to divide that by 6, 7, 8. It's 4, 7, 8, 5, 9. I'll do 480 gallons.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
That's good of him. So we'll open those up. Off test, that works. Back to pumping. Days. And I guess we'll figure it out, won't we? Haven't been using air yet. It's actually fine. Give us more than 2 minutes. FMC. So cycle it.
FMS flight plan uplink, ATIS.
X menu. Plan recall. And capacity. That loaded pretty quick. Direct. DECAS. In days.
Anti-skid.
Tested.
Nose door.
So, nose door. It's clear to me.
Hydraulic 3A pump.
So, all these temperatures okay.
Brake pressure.
3000 PSI. Have.
Parking brake.
Set.
Nose door.
So that's the check to have it closed, so this is a break from the checklist. Pretty loud. And then you have to be conscious of is the APU hot air exhaust around here. So it would be wise to mount before with the APU running. Get a fair old bit of blast. Here, see the heat haze. And covers.
Refueling is complete, Captain. Do you need anything else?
No.
Okay, just one quick signature on here, and I'll be on my way.
£12 worth of fuel.
Here's a copy for your records. Have a nice day.
That was good timing. So, those are off. Panel on. So the nose door is closed.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
So we swap over on. Yeah, it goes off. 3 is good. So, 1000 PSI. Checked.
Electric panel.
What am I looking? Yeah, well, batteries on APU. Gen 1 and 2 off.
AC DC utility switch.
Come on.
Start ignition panel.
All out. Lights off. Hello, Jules. Sorry, that looks like Hebrew. Don't speak.
Fuel panel.
1, 2, 3 with green. On. Off. Stay on. Back up. Down. As does that. As does that. Days. Leave the caution.
APU LCV.
On. Open.
10th stage isolation valve.
In. Open.
Packs.
So. Come on. Lights out.
Air conditioning panel.
So, normal. And air out. Extinguished. Guarded. And temperatures set. Well, we have it as.
Pressurization panel.
So, ECAS 0 man rates. In. Manual on. ECAS. It comes on. Are going somewhere that's actually below sea level elevation. Airport elevation is minus 114. So about there, isn't it? With an expected pressure. Looking at the OFP. How are you? I'm fine, thanks, Jules. Hope you're well too. I haven't seen you before, so thanks for joining. Thanks for the sub. If you're in chat. Must have subbed. I think that keeps the spam down a little bit. We are going to Jack. You know, want to read up about her, feel free to Google it. Lady Aviation Pioneer. So that's going to be 3020, so 12 is, that'll do. Ish. Close enough, isn't it? Emergency depress is out, extinguished, guarded, line set, off.
Bleed air panel.
Lead air should look like off all on.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
Them's down here, and they're all and out.
Cal anti-ice switches.
Back up to the top. So we push these in. Check that left cal, right cal, anti-ice is not shown. Cal.
Anti-ice panel.
Switch heat off. Lights extinguished. Cal lights out. Extinguished. It's too high. Push test. Or window heat's okay. Ice detect. Ding, ice caution. Just check that again. And then overheat. To green.
Wing overheat.
Oral.
Wing
Red.
overheat.
Green.
Wing overheat.
Emergency lights.
So they are off, and we have a caution. Go on. Info. Yes, we then go check them. Can't check them in this yet. Well, make sure that gas
Passenger signs.
can stay off.
ELT.
Armed.
Glare shield panel.
Anything to check here.
Crew and passenger oxygen.
So again, I'm not going to check these. Total 1880. So every day you check. Oxygen, same on this side.
DCU warning panel.
Out. Extinguished. Guarded.
CVR.
Push and hold. Wait 5 seconds. That comes on.
Audio panels.
Not fussed about this side, but I'm fussed about this side. Like one, go one. Now we got 1228 set. 125. I'm not gonna. On COM 1, just in case we need LA center.
SPS system.
So that's where we have a little bit of. So, stall pushers, left's on, right's on, and we just have channel 1 in, 2 in op, push all the way down. Yes, it is an amazing aeroplane. So that's true. Done. And then the Snapdragon disconnected. That one. Key bound to. Flight controls. Yes. SPS test. Simultaneously hold. We get stall fail. Stick shaker. Ignition AB. Stall warning and lights. Oral, Inuit, push the stick pusher and it comes back. The later goes all the way back to stop. Can't do the G test.
Integrated standby instrument.
That's this one here. And get the weather in a minute. The airport elevation here is 4941. So it should be about 3, 4.
Clock.
So turn that off, flight times reset, and time is correct to me.
EFIS, ICAS.
Checked. Bells off.
Main landing gear bay overheat.
Is
Gear bay overheat.
with one caution. Fail.
Pause warning switches.
Swing round.
Wide slope.
There you go.
Pull up.
No jewels, there
Wind
is
shear.
no
Wind
passengers.
shear. Wind shear.
Oh, no passengers. Not
Terrain.
yet, anyway.
Terrain. Pull up.
I'm not sure if they will actually ever be a thing.
Pitch and roll disconnects.
As these guys here, they are installed.
Ground spoilers.
Ground spoilers are here, they are set to auto.
Thrust reversers.
They shouldn't have been. I check the interlock and arm them.
Thrust levers.
So, in one, shut off. Two, full. Correct. Shut off.
Engine speed switches.
Engine speed switches are these two here.
Engine vibration check.
It's this one. See the vibe caution goes up to 5 stops.
Oral warning.
That's I don't think you have to listen to both of them, just make sure it works.
Smoke detector.
Smoke is this one.
Smoke.
1, 2 warnings.
Smoke.
And here we go.
Trims. Mach trim.
So we do that one, off, stamp 2 in op, set, that one, set, trim, back trim, E, cautions, set pitch for takeoff, which we can't calculate yet, so I'm going to use seems to work. I'll do. Like the rest of the trims, I'm not going to do because I can to neutral.
Yacht ampers.
They are here and they come on, no cautions.
Reversionary inhibit switches.
Not extinguished. It's a normal.
IRS.
So we can see down here the IRS data, display menu, status, 1, 2, 3 in nav, and check, see if they're roughly correct. The aerodrome reference point should be 35013 north, yeah, and then west 043, yeah, close enough.
CPDLC.
So we can't do that.
TCAS.
Tune, ETC, test.
TCAS system test OK.
ATIS and clearance.
So let's do the weather here while we have it. Data link, weather, we can't get ATIS. Weather, so there we are. Where we're going. And that's so send those. There we go. So let's check where we are. 1856 Zulu. Half an hour old. Automatic report. Variable at 6 knots. 10 miles or greater. sky clear. 016 minus 8, nice and dry. 028. It's interesting. One. A little bit out, that is the same as my sky. Let's not use that to cheat. Right one. Yep. Okay. 3009. Close enough at pressurization. So ATIS we've got, and for arrival variable at 4 knots, I know the forecast was 1408, so it may swing round. We have to change runways, but see how we get on. That in your mind though.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
So, flight plan wise, we are going to simply go direct. I'm not sure which runway yet. Certainly for arrival, our routing is via the cloud. And it's a nice approach over the lake. 3-5, other 2. Interesting. Should be an on-av 3-0, a VOR 3-0. So, okay, DECAS. And yes, so there are 4 Shady to Cossack not available, and Cossack to Oppose so not available. So the vector ourselves from the thermal VOR outbound. Which is okay, the MSAs are quite high. But not the end of the world. We should be going out over the lake, and it should be VFR anyway. So there's our route. As I said, our route is Calyx. Tidy that up. So filed as 38 and 280. Our zero fuel is 29251. And the sensed fuel less than that. Go with the higher weight. VNAV we can do now, so that's 100, 7, 8, 18. Decimal 82 cruise. I don't think the select long range cruise. Yes, yes. Yes. 18 degrees out, regardless of what the ATIS says. What I think I've forgotten. There it is. Estimated time of departure. 2015 is correct. You could include your APU fuel here. 250, we're at 6.2 now. And what are our reserves? So final reserve 45 minutes from 371. So let's call it 1500 just to get the early. See how much we'll end up with at destination based on what we put in. So come up here. Let's have a look at the approach chart. Oppose, yes. I don't really want to go over the terrain, so I think actually go direct. See what the airplane does. We can enter the hold if we need. Because coming in and we'll do a teardrop. Could in theory then enter the hold to descend. We'll just do that with heading select. Do need to do is now put the time in and send. So winds update, yes. Perf done, yes.
Takeoff data.
So I think we might as well go wrong. 2.9 takes us straight back to the VOR, so let's do that, seeing as the winds are light. There is an obstacle departure, which I don't think today. Runway heading 286. And 7108 if we go all the way down. No wind. 18 degrees. ISA plus 12. 28. Right. Off both 7th, the 8th intersection, as we'll go end. Although probably okay, but without measuring it, it's not. Send those through. Takeoff weight 30. So max takeoff weight. Others.
Avionics and charts.
Charts are set. I don't use the built-in ones, but you can.
Flight instruments.
So, push, toga, ATS arms, as do flight directors and yo, nav, yeah, we might as well, that'll just take us direct to the VFR. Check, so the airplane looks level, slightly pitched down, 5.5 seems sensible. We've got 4.5 DME on the VOR, I'll set the other flight core outbound, FMS 1 first waypoint. Just the range a little bit. B speeds, B1, E rotate 1, 2, B1, 5, 5, 60, lap, 400 feet minimum. 200 is bugged. Our director's left, out of an arm. Going to go up to so climb to 6, then direct. Well, I think I'm just going to set 80. So VSI 0 out set 0.93%. And out selectors armed because I've just done that.
Departure briefing.
Discuss there is an obstacle departure brief which is climb 6,000 then directly hold and then continuing climb to the hold. West right turn 068 inbound to 8,900 or proceeding on course. So as long as we're above 8,900 at or for the VOR, which we probably will be, there is nothing to worry about and it's severe VFR anyway. See anything.
Emergency procedures, pins, covers, chocks, cabin lights, water heaters, flight compartment checklist complete.
Those we can.
Engine start checklist next.
And that's it. We are 15 minutes early. Cabin is 23 degrees. Warmer than outside and 18 in the sun is cool. So we can down a bit. See if that does anything. You can see the cabin temp there at 23. See if it drops down. Ready for our packs. So minimum takeoff fuel is 480. I had an extra 30 minutes, which is £1,000. 6063. A little bit more than that for the block fuel. We're doing a very good job of seeing how much fuel we use. I wonder if that will only... What's the message? Mashed up. Never mind. Good. Somebody leave it to them. So, that's it guys. Get charts on the screen, but so much going on. Killing the sim. Probably not. Is it? course you can use the study menu. Check, for instance, the air conditioning units. That is all being modelled live with the 10th stage bleed air, the ejector that cold air in by going through this venturi, accelerates air through and brings ram air in, which obviously the ejector is ram air is coming in, so there must be a sensor in there somewhere. And there is the air conditioner taking hot squeezed air, decompressing it, conditioned air into the cabin. See at 13. Mixed with 3 degrees as well. Exactly what the aeroplane does. Being modelled live. It's incredible. That alone is worth the price of the aircraft, I think, my humble opinion. Till 1856. So yeah, I think I answered that, didn't I? That there are no animated passengers, which is a bit of a shame. VATSIM radar. So interesting. So yet. What we got around us? But what I find interesting. 676. Oh, okay. So somebody else is on the ground. Some.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight Support.
Oh, Jenny.
Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
Yes, please.
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else?
Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
So I don't know where the other traffic is, but interesting, our airport isn't showing up on the radar. Anyway, we're just waiting on the packs. Turn up in a
Engine start checklist. Doors.
So that is a check. Get them in and settled. And the weight of the airplane will change as the passengers arrive, so don't forget to don't leave them behind. Done that. donor.
Hello, Captain. Hope you are doing well today.
Fine, thanks.
Great. There's nobody else coming along today, so as far as we're concerned, we're all good to go.
Good. Well, remember in the back, shut the door. Don't know if you can move. No, have to do it. Shame.
Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
There is quite a bit, so we will sort that. Start it up.
Beacon.
So, all for start. Gonna do 1000. Out on.
On.
Cannot.
Fuel boost pumps. On. Ignition.
It's an odd day. Let's go.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
So, I'm going to leave the chock in. The brake is set, so we can take the chocks out. If you were by yourself, you would. You'd have done it already. Brake was set. Imagine we've got a ground crew, but stay in just in case. So clear to start number 2. It is going to be 53 for engine start. So N2 turning, oil pressure increasing. Then N2, yes, less than 190. Yes, N1 turning. So increases, he's increasing, oil pressure's increasing.
Fuel system.
So left and right fuel caution off with left low, left of pressure. Check. Back on.
Engine 1 start.
Start. Stop. Turning. The pressure is increased. Then N2 check. EIT. Yes, M is turning off. Flow increases. T increasing. Oil pressure increasing.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist, next. After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
So both available.
On. Checked AC and DC. Ignition.
Check.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. Cowl anti-ice. On. Check 45 seconds. Flight controls.
Pull forward. Pull off. Pull left or right, or left rudder, right rudder.
Ground spoilers.
So we need to check these. We go auto, disarm, no spoiler dead. Go to arm, spoilers, deploy, back to auto, tracked,
Flight spoilers.
way up, it will come, go to half, flights go half, stowed, they stowed.
Cal anti-ice.
So cal anti-ice green on
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
and in down
Test
there.
on. Fuel balance.
That we will correct. So leftwards. And 100 of them. So it is within.
Trims.
Checked, set.
No steer. Armed. APR.
Probably get the chocks out before we do the no steering. Got one. Check.
ADG unit.
Wait for the thumbs up, chocks are out. It's down, a light comes on, it does.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Not waiting 2 minutes.
Cal anti-ice. Off. Wing anti-ice. Norm. 14 stage isolation valve. Wing anti-ice.
Green, green, yellow in 2.
Checked. Off. ATS. N1 TO. ATC TCAS. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
So, we are at time. It's low traffic, prefect 99, taxiing, runway 29 hold with low traffic. So clear left, clear right,
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
not required.
Brakes and steering.
So, parking brake comes off. Chocks are out. So we'll turn away. So we know the rudder works in one direction. Brakes work. Rudder's available. SL's down.
Reverse thrust.
Check those in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we may please have your attention. Your flight crew would like to welcome you aboard this Challenger 650 for your flight today. We would like to take a moment to review the safety features of this Challenger 650 aircraft.
I think that wasn't the best way to go.
The FAA's regulations require passengers to observe the lighted seatbelt and no smoking signs, as well as to follow crew member instructions at all times. During takeoff and landing, seatbelts must be secured, worn low and tight across your hips.
Snug over here with the
If
trees.
seats are equipped with a shoulder harness, it must also be secured while in your seat. Smoking is not allowed while the aircraft is on the ground or any time the no no smoking sign is illuminated. Smoking of cigars and pipes is not allowed at any time. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories at all times. Tampering with, destroying or disabling
So
smoke
left
detector in lavatories
reverser
is prohibited by federal
checked.
law. In the event of an emergency, there are
Right,
two
reverser
emergency exits
made.
on board this aircraft. One overwing emergency
Checked.
exit
Taxiing
on
the
the right-hand
de-ice.
side of the
Pause
cabin,
checklist here
and
until
the
paper
main
de-ice checklist
passenger
is
door,
complete.
located at
Flaps.
the forward left-hand side of
20.
the cabin.
Altimeters.
Open the overwing emergency
Set and
exit
cross-check.
door, pull the
Radar
handle,
weather.
and then pull the door inward into
On.
the cabin.
Takeoff briefing.
Open the main passenger
We have
door,
discussed, we're just
raise
going to
the
go
red
straight ahead
handle,
visually
and
to the
push
VOR and
door
then en route.
outward.
Taxi checklist complete.
In the event of an
Before
emergency,
takeoff checklist next.
emergency lighting will illuminate and floor path lighting will direct you to the exits. The exit locations are indicated by illuminated red signs. In the unlikely event that there is a loss of cabin pressurization, oxygen masks will automatically deploy from the dispensing units above your head. Grasp the mask and pull down firmly. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Although the bag may not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. To adjust the mask, pull the straps on the sides. Put your own mask on before assisting children or persons in need of assistance. Please note that smoking is not
So
allowed
correct
when
runway.
oxygen is in use. There are two fire extinguishers
Well, approach is
on
clear.
board, located at both the forward and aft of the aircraft. Please consult the passenger briefing cards for the location and operation of the fire extinguishers. We invite you to review the passenger briefing cards for all other safety information regarding this aircraft. All personal carry-on items should be secured
Before
for
takeoff
takeoff
checklist.
and landing.
Passenger signs. Advised on.
Seatbelts must be worn
Anti-collision
during
light.
taxi,
On.
takeoff, and
Pros.
at any time when the seatbelt sign
On.
is illuminated.
Windshield heat.
To fasten the seatbelt,
On.
place the
Wing and
flat
cowl
metal plate
anti-ice.
into the buckle.
Not required.
If
Continuous
equipped with a
ignition.
shoulder harness, secure the tab to
On.
the buckle.
ATC
To tighten,
TCAS.
pull the tab, and to remove,
TARA.
lift the buckle up.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel.
During taxi,
Check.
takeoff, and landing,
CAS. Takeoff
seats
and
must
big
be
OK.
placed in their takeoff
haven't
and
checked,
landing
I will.
position,
Landing,
with seat
pulse,
backs in
recog
an
lights.
upright position.
On.
Aft
Before
facing
takeoff
seats
checklist complete.
must have their
After
headrests fully
takeoff checklist
extended,
next.
and if equipped, their headrests filler cushions must be in place. All
It's
storage
traffic, prefect
compartments
99,
and tables
lining up,
must be
departing
stowed
runway
for taxi,
29, direct
takeoff,
with the
and
VOR.
landing.
It's low traffic.
The use of portable electronic devices is not permitted during
Let's get
taxi,
done.
takeoff, and landing. Once the aircraft takes off, the crew will inform you when and which types of portable electronic devices are permitted to be used. Now that we've gone over the safety instructions, please sit back and enjoy your flight. If there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask your flight crew.
So 1956, 060. At 6, we've got a quartering tailwind. And sting 3024. So takeoff config OK checked. .05, 10 minutes early. 5850. Takeoff 4830. 5838 was the expected, so the runway isn't lit, but I don't think it is. Shut up. Okay, let's go. ASIs alive. approach. Positive rate. You're up. Safe speed, yes. Safe height, yes. Flaps up.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers. Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization. Checked. Pax transition. Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs.
We'll leave them on.
CAS.
Checked. APR on. Clear.
After takeoff checklist complete.
There you go. Busting through 10 at 5,000 feet a minute, so let's just reduce 4 and accelerate to 300. This can all come off. And cabin is actually descending. Do that. Wait. See a little wind slope. Change 300. Non-av. Route. It's relatively smooth. Relatively. So we don't need Winslow anymore. I have set Palm Springs on 2 and Thermal 6.2. Hello car. Oh, thanks very much for watching. You were very quiet. Feel free to ask any question. I'm not sure I can answer them. As you've seen, my ability is somewhat lacking. You can see I'm still through standard. Yeah, matters though. Passing 200. The cabin you can see is still coming down. I'm pretty sure that the cabin should keep that cabin altitude. No, it would reduce, wouldn't it? Right, so we're going up to 380. The cabin's set at 6, so the schedule should have been 9 to 6. Anyway, it's a shame LA Centre's gone offline. I much luck. Maybe I really should try Pilot Edge. The one thing that I was thinking about it, the one thing that offers those drones that fly about, and I want to go to some higher regional places. Just look at decimal 78 and hopefully some Ortho will kick in. God. X organizers pretty good at setting these things up, and I turned the mesh off underneath as well, so that may have been kicking it off. Very odd. Explain 12, I hope. Although ones are only going to get worse, aren't they? Maybe one day we'll be able to get graphics cards now. So climb rate's reduced to about 2,000 feet a minute. Kirky's online. Maybe we should have gone there. Like center as well, I think. A relatively short flight, you can see 35 minutes to destination. That's with a little bit of a headwind as well. Go. Manual changeover. So we'll climb a constant Mach now. Indicated airspeed will reduce. We should have quite a nice approach into the airport over the lake. Only an hour and a half approach. Though the minimum is quite high, 940, which is 1,068 feet, 3 mile visibility. Same for circling. See in the dot, does that mean it's got the improved circling? Still looking like explain scenery. He does. It's just the repetitive nature of it that you can see that is great. So, other announcements. Oh no. Really? Well, that was a disaster. Don't do that. I suppose the question is, can I be bothered to restart that? Let's see if the resume last flight option works. I'll do. Thanks Toto for saving my life. I'm impressed. With Explain. Impressed with the aeroplane. Alicia, hello. Well, that's not perfect. But that looks alright. And of course, we've zipped from whatever. Airplane didn't like that. Not a lot we can do about that. It has changed so much. Well, Alicia, I am very well, thanks. Certainly I was. That dropped off. One thing I dislike about Volante, it tracks you, doesn't appear to figure out that you've zoomed. No way of tracking. I suppose I could have disabled the plugin for a second. Oh well, you live and learn. No, that should be an error. Anyway, that's us back on course. Waste of a couple of minutes. Thanks, Explain. Frustrating. Anyway, if you haven't got the aeroplane and you're getting it, well, there was one reason why it's worth it. That would have frustrated me no end. Otherwise, 1000 go. So we'll wait until that clicks over to out capture. I'll select, find the speed up, let's capture. Okay, so we're not doing any more flight, in-flight announcements. So, decimate 2. Oh yeah, that's on the approach. So, why don't we have that? Here's one thing I haven't done, is add a hold. So there's a good question. Hold. There. So, new hold in. Get there eventually. And we'll actually call it pose as well. Just to get the entry in, to be honest. So, no, it's going to be 307. Yep, 1.5, nothing on the distance. Ah, wait, no. 200. So, I'm just, is it? 1. 4 minute holds, no legs. And it turns 1.5 quite high up. Just approach hold. It's absolutely nothing. Just approach hold. So that'll get us entering. Overhead. It's 4-3 above. We'll be fine. That'll do the left turn. So we'll see if we'll just see how it does the hold entry. I'm not going to go round the hold. I'd like to see what it does, and that's good practice for me. Anyway. Frog. We think we're going to arrive with 70. So 0 fuel 29251. And 70. 2, I'll just round out to 3. So 3.5, yes, we need to go. Can put. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's not 20.33. Point 3. Need to put weather in. Maybe we won't have any nice ortho. Check. Check them weathers. So 1952 Zulu automatic variable 4 knots. So put in a tailwind. 10 miles, sky clear. 9. It's 4. 3006. Too fussed about the TAFs. 3.5, yes. So variable at 4. Tail 4, minus 4. 2.9 Scorpio. 6. Better. Right runway, yes. Land factor, no. Do is field length. 4563, even with the tailwind. 8,500 feet available. Just checking the chart. 9:30 PM, yes. So good. Glad you're well. Thanks for joining. 8,500 feet. 3.5, which looks essentially completely vertical, completely true north. Of course, there's 13 degrees east is the variation. So, send the speeds through. Landing weight we're under. Approach climb, there's nothing of note. I think that's a state boundary. Wrong. So is that us done performance-wise? Two, 3, plus 5. 8 initially. Well, oh yeah. See how unrealistic those patches look. There are patches of habitation. Where am I from? England. Yeah. I haven't connected back onto VATSIM. Idiot. Ah, so interesting. Get the weather off of VATSIM. Connected. Live real time. Good. Scratching my head about that. So I don't think there's anyone that we're going to be talking to. Shame. San Diego, LA, Anna. Anyway, you can see it's coming on top of it. 2016. Gosh, that seems a long time ago, doesn't it? Being able to visit anywhere. I have not seen much of Spain myself. Been to Cadiz, Barcelona. That would be it. Is it actually? So, the airplane settled itself down. Good. That looks like the straight line of an ortho tile. Don't know why these ones are playing up. That looks very much like ortho. I hope it isn't cut off that way. As you can tell, I have an obsession. Anyway, Cloud 1, DECAS transition gave us a direct that I assume would be, I don't think you validate online. I suppose there's a real flight planner that you could use. I like to validate the European routes anyway if I can. Sometimes that takes a lot of effort to work. So 25 miles to top of descent. 6. It's 43 miles. 6 miles. So it's about 3-4 minutes to top of descent. Better start starting to 7-8. Spain is also a very big country, isn't it? There's a lot to see in this tiny little island. So let's have a look at the MSAs. 6.9, the sector that we are coming in from. Outbound to 7.9. So just set 10. VNAV. A few people dotted about. There's not huge numbers. See, the train is pretty interesting. But I mean, just see the difference versus the repeating X-plane textures. I really don't think there is much in the way of comparison. Even if they're photorealistic, there's got to be some repetition at some point. So, miles have retailed 5.5. And 6. Go. Palm Springs, which we will be heading 52 inbound for a little bit. Radial 021 to thermal, which is 201 inbound. Set those up as courses. There are no misses or anything. It's just the VOR which didn't show up. The only instrument approach in the database, worry 5. Straight in Morse, which I don't know why that isn't in the database, but if it isn't in the database, I'll have to fly it to VOR only. Which is well and truly offset. Top of descent, or VOR, or circling. I think it's in chat, but can't really see. Got it on an iPad mini, just so I can see the chat after all the to desktop issues I've had. So, set standby. Over. There you go, you can see it's inbound, it's cloud, and I'm just going to go over the top, out over the lake, into that hold, but then not enter the hold and go direct on the approach. So we'll see how the airplane flies the hold entry. Clean, 100 knots. See how we get on. That's looking better, isn't it? You can see that's a pretty big old lake out in the desert. So apparently there's golf courses, lots of other things to do out here. So I don't want it to 78 to 300. So any speed restrictions? It's going to do it for us. There's something you think was real. Where's do we got any overlays? So we haven't quite got to 300 yet. Close. There's 300. I guess it rounds to the nearest 5. It's not an idle path descending this. It's just an angle change. I think that's a consequence of the low throttle being effectively after bolt on later on. So we're not going to do the descent checklist just yet. I think that the weather's going to get dated. 19. It's changed with 5. Cheap check on VATSIM. Seatbelt signs. Difficult to tell if it's getting bumpy or whether it's tighter. Actually, no. It switches over to 2992. Stay left it. I don't know if that's variable turbulence. Still in the 40s. Somebody's stuck in 16 of those. That big old lake. FedEx is going. Let's have a look. Kalax. Else, Palm Springs, that shares an arrival, it's only a departure, and E looks like only arrival. So we'll just call up the approach, to be honest. So our outbound live VOR 278, be a lot of nav 8 switching. If we're going to do this manually, of course, don't be fly these. It's like an airfield to me over there. Anyway, overhead you babe, 252 inbound to PBOR. So you'd be looking, you can't see. I'll have to keep coming round in a moment. The sat phone, shall we? Well, I can barely hear you. Please come get us. That's it. Weather update, aren't we? actually going to stop. Speed back. We might to the whole thinking about it. Bina may expect it to go round once the continuous descent. Sure. It doesn't look too bad. Another big old desert. So we're overhead cloud now, predictable level accepting R1 there. And there's quite a few airports around here. Palm Springs out to the right. Bermuda Cud, UDD. This valley along here. So let's set E06. This airplane slowing down. Catch the profile back up. So, bug 200, start bringing everything back.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness. Passenger signs.
On.
Pressurization.
Field was slightly below sea level.
Fuel quantity and balance.
What have we got? 30 pounds difference.
FMS, landing data, charts.
We did.
Approach briefing.
Discussed.
VNAV transition flight level.
Done.
Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
You go, that's starting to like habitation. That's alright. Like I said, 6.9 out to the west, 12.1 is the MSA, so we're still above it. Gradually coming back. And you can see down here, there's the approach path. We're going direct, so staying on the safe side. Should do a teardrop into and around that hold, depending on how high we are. Let's see. Speed up. 23 miles. Get on. Go. Cool view. Stutters. There we go. Not bad. 240. A little bit early. Above 10. Glad the Ortho. I had hoped this would be quite a nice approach. The terrain, even though it's quite deserty. So, onto the approach charts. Going down to 6. So, sterile cockpit time. Seatbelts are on. Lights on. Passing 10.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters. 3 set, cross-checked. Avionics.
Rest these. So it's an RNAV approach. Just going to be staying in LNAV, there's no VNAV. Although we will get glide path, it is not part of the approach.
External lights.
I haven't done the set procedure bit.
N1 target.
It was 940 plus. N1 target. Can I set that? Check speed. Line. Yeah.
Set.
Cochrane Regional Traffic Prefect 99 overhead Opos 7,000 feet. Entering the hold. RNAV runway 35 traffic.
APU PAX transition. Avail completed.
Back with that.
APU generator. On. CAS.
Checked clear.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
So let's see how this goes. Yeah, 1 hour, 4 minutes ago. There isn't updated weather yet. So we should entering. Our left turn. I didn't start the stopwatch, never mind. Is so is us entering the hold, which is good. Once we're on the intercept, I'll exit and see how we get on. Up. well and truly low. So maybe creating our own base load is an option. Could use Kosuk, so maybe a 3-mile degree inbound. Anyway, we're alright. Efficient is all. So that's interesting. That's not how I would have done it. I'd have gone straight to the fix. Just me. Cochrane traffic, Prefect 99 overhead at Opos, altitude 4,300 feet, inbound RNAV, GPS runway 35, Cochrane traffic. So once we're within a mile, I can set 27 at Ovote. Distance-wise, Ovote is 10 miles from a threshold, so 200 uphill then is a good idea. Off armed. Gosh, 8-mile leg. There we go. Off's coming in. Speed back to 180. Flap 20. Looking bad. To Ovote. That's 10 in. Rogers 5. To be 1500. There we are. Mile. Gives us a descent. So we'd be clear for the approach at this point. Approach. Approach. That's only our nav. .002 now.
2500.
Eight miles per hour from the south. 8 miles. They're at 7. Tailwind.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever. Down indicating. No steer. Arm center clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice. Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps.
Approaching
Set.
minimums.
CAS.
Checked.
Before landing checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
Minimums.
Go. B. So that's where we would
1000.
pop out of cloud. It's quite an offset. 3. I think you'll be able to see the Pappy in reality. Oh, that wasn't particularly well flown, was it? Go. At least we were in 1 dot.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit of a float. Greaser. $60 knots versus oh, come on, don't come to a stop, don't come to a stop. Now we could have gone a bit further down, couldn't we? Foxtrot 1, we could have Alpha, never mind. That'll be an interesting replay, I reckon. These signs do not particularly helpful in reality.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights.
Where are we?
Off.
Cochrane traffic.
Continuous ignition.
9 runway vacated.
Off. Windshield
Quite
heat.
nice here with the mountains.
Off. Probes. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Spoilers. Stow. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode.
So,
Standby.
no idea with these
After
aprons where we're
landing
going to go.
checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
Let's just head over to Alpha ramp, shall we? A lot of detail on these charts as to what. Maybe this isn't the ramp for us. So clutter is all well and good. When I want somewhere to park. Yeah, see, that's pretty terrible. PA ramp. Ease. Yeah. Ideal. Oh, maybe I wouldn't have crossed that line. It's not in here. We don't fit in reality. But it's snow. Let's pull it forward a bit. Melt anyone with the APU. Well, this airport might get a little bit of touch from me. Somewhere to park. Those lights can test. Distant. I don't think there are any. It's just taxi lights. There's a parking spot there that we can't use. This will do us.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2.
Got to do that as well.
Off. Engine 2 shut down. Fuel boost pumps. Off. Fuel system.
That. Right fuel, low pressure.
Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
Checked.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS. Standby 0. Parking brake if chocked.
So we have been chocked. Break off.
Passenger signs. Off. Cabin differential. 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
Happy Happy days. So,
Our ride is here. Thank you, Captain. Always such a pleasure flying with you.
you're
Have
welcome.
a nice rest of your day.
So that's our passengers deboarding. They're out. The cab that kills my frames. Odd. Why that murders the frame rate so much. Getting 15 frames, GPU's gone through the roof. That bit of texture. So, secure the airplane. Pins, do the covers, and then replay because I think that was a pretty good, if not slightly floaty landing. Bad airport rendition. Somebody's put a good bit of work into this. I'm just, as you know, not a fan of static aircraft. As well, so somebody done this with quite a bit of local knowledge if they haven't made it all up. So let's get it secured.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Come off.
AC/DC utility switch.
It's after shutdown. Cooling limitation.
Headsets. Thrust reversers. Chocks.
They're done.
Parking brake.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
They can definitely come off. Back in.
Nav lights. Logo light.
Stays on.
APU generator.
Yep.
APU start stop. Packs. LCV 10th stage isolation valve. APU power fuel. ICAS APU gauge.
Yeah.
Battery master. Cockpit refuel panel.
That off.
Service lights. Pins and covers.
Done.
Secure and checklist complete.
So, make power off. Shut the APU down. Quite disappeared yet. We'll have a look. We will have a look at that replay. So, batteries off. There we go. Secured. So Volanta said. Touched down. The distances are all wrong because it did it twice. Now 1, 8, 8 landing, 8 feet per minute. Yes. So there's no, and disconnect from VATSIM. It's alright to me. Yeah, we really didn't extend the brakes to vacate there. Maybe that would have been a better apron. Never mind. Oh, where we are. And my vacates are still not particularly. So I wanted to do that good from the cockpit. Circuit. Good, circuit sort of height. Not bad landing, I thought. So. Yeah. This. Best spot. Potentially not. It's not terrible. Maybe one of those would have been better. Let's find the lights here a little bit odd. It is sort of no entry zone. Expect it to be. Well. Anyway, what I have done certainly at Newcastle is tow the airplanes, tow it, sort ourselves out. Don't think it needs it. Oh, that looks like one of the older, less detailed. It's not too bad from this sort of distance. So, yeah, station of static aircraft. One or two are quite nice, but start to clog things up a bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's finally put the airplane to bed, shut the door. Hope you're in regional airport trips in this aeroplane. Obviously, whilst easy to fly single crewed as the Phenom and without as good land, it's a big old jet. Can still get into relatively small places. That plus the detail just really makes it worthwhile getting. Plane secure with chocks. Parking brake off, pins in. So wander over. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it showed the utility of being able to recover crash so easily. I don't know when I'm next flying. Definitely not going to be tomorrow because I'm out. About the rest of the week, I've still got some work in the car. I don't know if I'm going to get round to it this week. I should hopefully stream again. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, look after yourself, stay safe, and bye for now.